So the first thing that you want to do if you want to get into HEMA and you actually want to be good is to be independently wealthy. Failing that, move into a cardboard box so you can buy secondhand equipment and pay for a class once a month. The second thing you're going to want to do is to pick your weapon. The two most popular weapons in HEMA are rapier and longsword. Rapier is great for people who like to be in constant pain. It's also great for people who enjoy crippling self-doubt and loathing from your inadequacy. It's also great if you enjoy body imbalance by having one arm and one leg look like it went to go co-star with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his latest film and decided to leave you behind. Longsword is great if you like feeling like a badass. It's also great if you want to have your body balanced more proportionally and have your dominant fingers constantly broken. This is also the perfect weapon for people who have seen one HEMA video on YouTube and suddenly think they're an expert in sword fighting. But there are still other weapons that are available for people who may not be interested in rapier or longsword. Pole arms are great for people who like to have concussions. Small sword for people who learned what actual rapier was like and decided to use a rapier that still lives with its parents. Side sword works for people who think they're doing rapier. Sword and buckler is great for people who think that defending themselves with just a sword is too hard. Saber is great for people who want to learn to chop wood real good. And backsword is perfect for people who like losing to Italians and still claiming they're way better. So, once you've decided the weapon that you want to use, the next thing you're going to want to do is pick which style of martial arts you want to practice. Italian is great for destroying your enemies and stabbing your friends in the back. German is great if you don't like stabbing your friends or enemies for that matter. French is great for people who want to learn how to surrender. Spanish is great because nobody expects your opponent to be assassinated before you even arrive at the dueling field. And British is for people who don't want to study fencing. So the next step is to decide which track you want to take. Generally speaking, there are 3 tracks. There's tournament fencing, martial arts fencing, and historical swordsmanship. Tournament fencing is great if you like to get hit by your opponent 1 second after you already hit them, but they still end up with more points than you for some reason. Martial arts training is great if you want to pretend that you're a warrior who moonlights as a programmer for Grubhub rather than acknowledging the fact that you're a 45-year-old nerd. And historical swordsmanship is great if you want to sacrifice your social skills and ability to imitate human behavior and speech in exchange for the ability to look good in poofy pants. Next thing you need to do is to choose your outfit. You can go with the original HEMA Black trademark. This is great if you want to be the equivalent of the guy who yells while weightlifting at the gym to show that he's totally better than those plebs who dress in white when they lift. Also great for people who like to say, "Do you even sword, bro?" On the flip side, you can also go with a more historical garb if you want people to think that you're in the SCA or are doing a play, and thus lose all credibility in the HEMA community. And finally, the most important thing is to decide what you're going to paint on your mask. Failing everything else previously on this list, the best way to succeed in historical European martial arts is to paint your mask with a really cool design, and you will instantly become the most famous HEMA practitioner ever. Bonus points if your design is a coat of arms that you completely made up. Failing that, you can always go with a simple comic book or Star Wars related design, and you can pretend you're just as cool as everyone else.